Hi guys, it is my January favourites time, and I'm not even going to say that this month's been really quick because I don't think that it has. And I don't know if that's partly kind of, you know, payday situation. We have the long stint between paydays, between Christmas and the end of January, but I just feel like January has kind of been a normal amount of time. Yes. To start the year, let's do normal amount of months because months seemed to fly last year. And I just like to slow it down a little bit. Most of the favourites this month are skincare related. It's kind of to be expected when the weather is so crappy outside. It is freezing today. It's actually been snowing. It was torrential snow. Like, is that even a thing? Torrential snow. It was kind of like old school Windows 95 screensaver kind of snow, like coming at you. It was scary snow on the way to work, and now it seems to be just about okay, but that's why the lighting's not fantastic because it's practically dark outside and it's not even that late, so fingers crossed you can actually see what I'm talking about. I'm going to kick off with some facial skincare stuff, and one of the things is absolutely amazing and you all need to try it, and it's super cheap. It's from the Superdrug's, what is it called? Clearly Youthful range? I think so. It's the Clearly Youthful Re-texturising Glycolic Peel Off Mask. This is amazing. I've tried some really expensive masks. Glycolic stuff is totally my jam. I love anything that's supposed to kind of peel or texturize, not texturize, re-texturize, like smooth your skin. Absolutely loved the Ren Glycolactic, was it Radiance Renewal Mask? Loved that so much, and it smelled exactly like orange jelly. You know, the cubes of jelly before you actually make them into jelly. That was amazing, but it's like £30 for that mask. So I've tried a lot of other ones, and I've been, you know, happy with a lot of the ones that I've tried for a lot less money, but by far this is the best one I've ever tried, and it's peel off, which is awesome. I'm completely obsessed with peel off masks at the moment, which you'll see in a minute because I've got another one. But this really tingles. If you've got sensitive skin, this is probably not for you. It's very, very rare that I get something that reacts with my skin these days, even in a good way, even in the way it's supposed to, get that kind of warm, tingly sensation. I like that. Not everybody does. But it's very rare that that happens to me because I've tried a lot of things and my skin is pretty normal to hardy. Is that a thing? It's like the opposite of sensitive. It's really, it's kind of, it'll put up with a lot of stuff that I do to it. I try a lot of different skincare, a lot of different kind of exfoliators and things, and I never react to anything. But I do like that tingle, and very, very rarely do I get it anymore, and this gave me almost an uncomfortable amount, but I really did rub it into my skin, work it in, put quite a thick layer on, and it was awesome. I will buy this again. Actually, I think it was sent to me, so I will buy this when it runs out. But this is my star product of the month. I recommend it if you like this kind of thing, but if you are a little bit nervous about glycolactic stuff with glycolic acid, it's not a lot of money to spend if you're wanting to try something out, so maybe this is the thing to try, but definitely try it in a place that's not super visible, like behind, maybe like your jawbone or something first, because this is very tingly. That's the first mask. I have another one, and it's from MontanaJeunesse, to be posh. It's the black seaweed peel-off mask. Prior to this month, I was not super keen on peel-off masks, and this was the thing that won me over. My husband actually bought me from Asda, and I've had, I think, 3 or 4 of them this month. I was obsessed. Really nice, very, very liquidy. It's the kind of thing that whilst it sets, you could do with not having to put your head down or like move your head around, just whilst it's kind of initially setting, because it's really quite liquidy and can get quite messy. But this again peels off and your skin feels so smooth afterwards. Not all red and tender like the other one can make it a little bit. Although, like I said, I put a lot of it on and I really worked it in, so that's more my fault, but that's what I like. This is definitely more gentle. If you're not into the tingle, this one is for you, and it made my skin just feel so, so smooth and so soft. Definitely the best sachet mask I've ever tried, and one I'll definitely have in future. If I can get that in a little squeezy tube, because I know that the MontanaJeunesse ones do come in squeezy tubes occasionally, I will buy one. If you know that I can, please let me know. Skincare, what else do I have? Another thing from Superdrug, Naturally Radiant Brightening Hot Cloth Cleanser. I haven't mentioned this in a while, but it's been my standard cleanser by the bath side. I'll try other ones occasionally and I'll mention them in videos because I want to show you the new thing that I'm trying, but generally I'll try it for a few days and then I'll put it away because I want to work on actually using up the one that I've been using. This is my favourite. This is my favourite because it's the cheapest. It's not my favourite because it's the most special thing in the world, but most hot cloth cleansers to me are exactly the same. There are very few exceptions that I can't even think of right now. I know there's one. Who is the brand that make the Rose Otto things? I can't remember, someone's definitely going to screenshot that face. Is that Ren? I don't think that it is, but it could be. But whatever it is, there's one particular one that I really, really like, but it's expensive, so I probably won't ever repurchase that anyway. This does the job. It's going to get your makeup off. It's not great on eyes. It's a little bit stingy on the eyes, but they do a vitamin E cleanser that didn't affect my eyes at all. Basically exactly the same thing, but they smell a little bit different. It's just a basic cleanser and really, really cheap. So if you're looking for a hot cloth cleanser, don't want to spend a lot of money, I would absolutely recommend this one. I've purchased that one twice now, and the vitamin E one, gosh, countless times. Just really, really good basic cleansers. I'm not into spending a lot of money on that kind of thing because it just washes my face. I'd rather spend money on something that's actually gonna stay on my face. I think that might be it for facial skincare. I have a body wash. Very rare for a body wash to make it into a favourites, but this has been the scent of the month. Pink Grapefruit. I've actually just ordered a bigger size of this. I put in a Body Shop order. There is 40% off everything at the moment. How could I resist? I couldn't. I'll put all the links below to that in case you're interested, because I think it will still be on whilst I put this video up. By the time I have my haul up, it probably won't. So 40% off everything. Everything, even sale stuff. So I picked up a big 750ml of this in the sale and then got 40% off. Amazing. This smells exactly like you would imagine for Pink Grapefruit. Very, very zesty and fresh, energizing, and just really, really nice and quite unisex. It is a little bit sweet, but I think that it's okay. It's not too kind of feminine, so my husband uses this as well. Really like it, foams up really nicely, doesn't do anything else extra special, it's just the scent that I like. Next I have another body care product, and this again is the scent that I love. It's not necessarily the world's best body lotion. There's definitely ones that I've thought have hydrated my skin more, but this scent is out of this world, and I don't know if it is limited edition. If you know, please tell me, and especially if I can get this in spray form, I would love it. It's Victoria's Secret Dreamy Vanilla, and I got this on sale, and I'm hoping that they do it anyway, but I got it on sale because it's got this kind of sparkly Christmassy packaging. I'm hoping it's just the limited edition packaging and that it will come back in the summer, please, I hope, because I love this. It smells very, very similar to the Laura Mercier Ombre Vanille, which I'm in love with, and I've still never repurchased. I was this close to purchasing the perfume not that long ago and resisted because I have way too many perfumes. But when I discovered this, it smells so similar, I could definitely go for this over the Laura Mercier. For how different they are, not a lot, and for the difference in price, this is really, really nice. So if you like that Laura Mercier one, thought I'd mention that because it's a huge cut in cost. Also, if you know of a different version from Victoria's Secret, maybe the Dreamy Vanilla is going away for the summertime, maybe there's something else coming back that I need to try, let me know. Are we on to makeup? Oh, no, not quite yet. I have a scrub. Because we have our holiday coming up, and yes, prepare yourself to hear a lot about that. There's only 8 weeks until we go on holiday now. So basically in every single video, I'm gonna say, because we have our holiday coming up, it's gonna really irritate you. So I'm gonna just, you know, prepare you now. Probably just don't watch for the next 8 weeks. No, please do. I'm still making the videos, please watch them. I'm doing some holiday prep now. So I'm trying to exercise, I'm trying to eat better. Lots of people ask about diet and things. I try to vaguely follow Slimming World because of all the kind of diets and calorie counting and stuff like that I've tried. I found it to be the best thing that works for me. Calorie counting is okay, but for me, and I know I've mentioned this before and it's very controversial, but for me, calorie counting doesn't promote a healthy diet. It just promotes me potentially eating less and eating less, but of the things that are not so great for me. Obviously, if you calorie count and you know what healthy is and you're a good eater, then that's a completely different situation. But if it's someone that's trying to eat healthier rather than just lose weight, I think the Slimming World is one of the best things that you can do. Like I say, I'm very, very vague follower of it, and I try just to add in a third of vegetables with all of my meals and stick to kind of counting extra things as sins and stuff like that. If you're interested, there's loads of videos out there, but I thought I'd mention it because I know I'll get questions. I'm not a real stickler, and I still have off days, but when I am trying, I try to vaguely follow the extra easy plan on Slimming World. So I'm doing that. I have a little stepper machine, which is probably not doing anything for me at all, which I borrowed from my friend. And I'm doing a lot of body care, so scrubbing and all that stuff. And the scrub that I'm loving right now is from the Sanctuary. It's this salt scrub. This is the second one of these I've had. I know I've mentioned it in favourites before because I really, really love it. It's just so scrubby. Those people that are into body scrubs will know what I'm talking about because there are so many body scrubs out there that are just like body lotion with a little bit of something in them. So irritating. It's kind of like when you've used a body scrub and you get out of the bath and you haven't got it all off and then you put your body lotion on. Isn't that the worst feeling in the world? When there's just little bits of grains that you haven't quite washed off and you're like, that's the worst. And that's what it feels like when you use those awful body scrubs that aren't scrubby enough. This is jam-packed, full of salt, and it's in this kind of oiliness which keeps it together and leaves a really nice residue. An absolute nightmare to get out of the bath. Would definitely recommend you use this in the shower if you're going to use it, although very slippy situation with the oil. But yeah, definitely more for a shower than a bath, but I love this stuff so much. And when I'm trying to kind of get my skin in better condition, which I am right now, this is the thing that I reach for. So I'm using that right now. And the last thing that's not makeup, I only actually have 3 makeup things. The last thing that's not makeup is this Burts Bees Almond and Milk Hand Cream. And I've actually been using this more as a cuticle cream. I have their cuticle balm somewhere and I can't find it. It's driving me up the wall because I've been looking for it specifically for my cuticles, but this is really, really thick. And so I kind of put it around my cuticles. I don't use it as an overall hand cream because I hate the feeling of it all over my hands. But I've just been using it as a cuticle cream and it's really effective. I think this is the mini. Well, I would assume so if it's actually a hand cream. It's only 7 grams, but I got it in a Christmas set. Love this. Not a big almond scented fan. I'm not an almond scented person. I'm not a fan of almond scents, is what I should have said. But I really like this. It's just the thickness and the actual formula, really nice. Makeup. I'll start with the 2 things that are from the same brand and you're not going to be surprised. It's Makeup Revolution. It is the Radiant Lights Highlighter Palette and it looks like this. I never use this bronzy colour. I love this. This just gives a little subtle sheen and a little bit of colour. Not too much, but when you're very blonde and pale like me, it's difficult to, like right now, the lip colour that I'm wearing and the blush that I'm wearing totally contrast, don't go together at all. This is kind of too rosy for this blue toned, purpley, whatever that I have on my lips. However, if you wore this, it's so neutral, gives just a little bit of colour but a nice sheen. This is almost, no, it's not as much as my Mary Luminizer by the Balm, but it's definitely more of a pop highlighter than this one. This I just never use. So I could definitely just do with the 2, but I'm glad that I have the palette. I do have the individual compacts as well, but I don't reach for those. The palette is kind of more compact, obviously, it's kind of slim and all that, and it's just nice to have the 2 together because I tend to use those 2 at the same time. So love this, but like I say, you can get them individually if you think that you're only going to use one of them. If you were going to just pick one, if you're into a real highlighter look, then I would pick that one, but if you're someone that's maybe a little bit nervous of highlighters and want something more subtle, this is gorgeous. Not that I can tell you what they're called because it doesn't say on the back, but you'll be able to figure it out from the website. And the other thing I want to mention from Revolution is what I'm wearing on my lips right now. It's the Lip Lava in, again, I have no idea what the colour is. This drives me insane about Makeup Revolution because they don't put the actual names of the colours on the packaging. On the outer packaging, the cardboard stuff they do, but not on the actual packaging you're left with because it's super annoying. Please change that, Makeup Revolution. But I will put it in the info bar. It's the only purple one, so if you're looking online, you'll know which one it is. But I'm just absolutely in love with these lip lavas, and this colour, I've worn a lot. My phone is ringing. And it stopped. Yeah, I've worn these a lot, and this particular colour I really, really like. So I thought I would mention it, even though it's relatively new. It's been a quick favourite. And lastly, I have a foundation which I've rediscovered this month. I've been trying quite a few different foundations. I've been doing kind of face of the week, if you've seen those on my blog. But the one that I've recently discovered, I only did it for 3 weeks, and then I kind of just like lost interest a little bit because I wasn't wearing a lot of different things, and I fell back into wearing something I wore last winter, and it's the Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation from Covergirl. The colour I have is 810, and I know that we have this. In fact, I might even have it. Do I? No. There is a Max Factor version of this, and I don't like it as much. I feel like it's drier. I don't know why. I don't know why it seems to be different, but it is. And I just prefer this so much. It's just exactly the right kind of texture that I want for winter because my skin is not as oily. It's definitely oily. Today I completely forgot to put powder on my face and went to work. And by midday I went to the toilet and was like, oh my god, I was really oily. But it's not as great in the summertime because it's definitely not fantastic for oil control. But in the winter, when it's not that bad, I think because of the cold outside and the central heating and things, that was the situation today. But on the whole, this is a really nice winter foundation for me. So rediscovered it, love it. thought I'd mention it. In fact, I am going to just put in an honourable mention for another foundation that I discovered this month and have really enjoyed, and it's the Rimmel Lasting Finish Nude, which is this one. Really like this. It's a new foundation. It's not the paler version, the sheerer version, not as opaque, not as high coverage as the original Lasting Finish, and I really, really like it. So that's an honourable mention. Okay, so on to the part you've all been waiting for, TV! Mostly Netflix. I have hardly watched any YouTube this month. In fact, I cannot tell you one YouTuber that I've specifically watched. I've barely watched anything. I've been trying to keep up with Marnie, Miss Gold Girl's vlogs, and that's kind of it. I haven't really watched any of the YouTube. I kind of go through my subscriptions and put things into watch later once a week and make sure I don't miss anything. But I didn't even finish Vlogmas for most people. I just kind of lost interest, discovered other things on Netflix and stopped watching YouTube videos. I'm sure that will change soon. But Netflix has become my thing. So whenever I would have watched YouTube, I now watch Netflix. And what I am watching right now has taken over my life is The Vampire Diaries. Switched my Netflix back to UK. I'm watching Pretty Little Liars as it comes on. Now we've got season 5 and every week we get a new episode. So if you want to watch Pretty Little Liars, it is now on Netflix in the UK, which is super exciting. But let me tell you how much I love The Vampire Diaries. There are 2 episodes of Pretty Little Liars on Netflix right now that I haven't watched, and I don't even care. I just want to watch Vampire Diaries all day long. I want to stop filming this right now and go and watch Vampire Diaries. I'm not going to do that. I'll finish the video. But seriously, I am obsessed. Absolutely love it. You guys told me that I would love it when I said I liked True Blood. And I always thought it was a bit young and teeny, and it kind of is. It's definitely kind of high schooly. But it's not as young as I thought it was. It's kind of tame version of True Blood. The actual general storyline is eerily close to True Blood, at least in the first couple of seasons. Like the girl's parents died in exactly the same way. These are no spoilers, this is something you find out early on. The brothers are basically the same as the 2 guys in True Blood, vying for the same woman, and it's all, you know, one of them's a bad guy, but could he be a good guy, and the good guy could be a bad guy, and it's all the same kind of thing. So if you like True Blood and you kind of had a bit of a withdrawal situation, I know that this was a terrible idea to start watching Vampire Diaries, because when True Blood ended, I was sad, like for a really long time. If someone dies at the end of Vampire Diaries, if like the main guy dies, I'm going to cry. Because I cried when True Blood ended. But if someone like, if something terrible happens, if there's some terrible tragedy in the end, I'm gonna just be broken inside. Lee was telling me to save some to watch on the plane on our holiday. Told you I'd mention it again. I'm like, no, because if something terrible is happening, then I'm gonna become obsessive about it. It's gonna ruin my holiday. That is how obsessed I am with the Vampire Diaries. And it was the same with True Blood. I should never have started watching this because it's taken over my life, but yeah. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'm liking Revenge. Revenge is back, Scandal is back. Amazing, loving Scandal. Revenge is kind of, we'll see. It normally flounders in the middle of the season and then comes back at the end and it's great, so we'll see. I'm not loving Revenge as much as I'm loving Scandal. And I can't really think. I've been rewatching The Comeback season 1, so there's season 2 we can watch together because Lee never saw Comeback from the beginning. But yeah, really seriously, we've been rewatching Arrested Development, but mainly it's The Vampire Diaries. That's all it is, nothing else. If I could just watch that, I would be cool with that. And I'm now on season 3 and it's scaring me because there's only 5 series on Netflix. Is season 6 coming in February? If you know that, please tell me in the comments. Is it coming in February? Oh my god, I've turned into a 16-year-old girl. Okay, that is going to be it for today's video. For my, I want to say February favourites, my January favourites. It's actually my birthday on Wednesday. It was our anniversary last Wednesday, and this is how it works in our family. We have all of these things all together. So it's my birthday on Wednesday, and I'm going to be uploading a special video with a giveaway. It's going to be, shall I tell you? I'll tell you. It's going to be the best of Makeup Revolution, and the giveaway is going to be Makeup Revolution. I was talking to them recently and they offered to give away a hell of a lot of makeup, so I'm really excited about that. I don't have the makeup to show you, but they have an image and I can give you the list and all that stuff because they will send it to you direct. I thought it was easier than me sending it to you, and if anything happens they can just send it again because they'll have all of the stuff. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting giveaway on Wednesday, so look out for that video, and I will see you guys then. In between, I'm going to watch a lot of Vampire Diaries, just so you know.